Alright, so those are my reasons why Godzilla can beat King Kong. Kong is just an ape. Godzilla is a scientific experiment. You know, he's a living nuclear weapon. He can just spit out poison. Kong got nothing because he's a stupid ape.
Piece of crap.
Based Mohammad?
It's scientifically, Kong cannot win.
Scientifically, my ass. Narratively, Kong will win. They gave him an axe as, a help me tool. So Kong, he's gonna win.
Okay, two things. One, that could literally be not in the movie at all. Or two, that can just, how does he get the axe?
It's in the trailer!
Okay,
Trey, doesn't
and-
ever stop movie companies from not having things in movies before.
I don't care. Listen, narratively, Kong's gonna win because he beats the King of Monsters. He will become King Kong. And also, sure, there's probably be 3 fights. Kong will probably lose 1 or 2 of them, but the last fight, Kong will win. The director said there will be a clear winner, and that clear winner will be King Kong. Because King Kong ain't got.
You have to understand science. What were you doing during science class? All right. Let me ask you.
Dude, science schmience. This is a movie. Science is thrown out the window. Logic is thrown out the window. This ain't a Nolan movie. Get out of here.
Guys.
Well, fuck me for liking science.
Guys.
Yes. What?
Max.
No.
It's been 5 seconds.
Mohammad knew exactly what he was doing.
That's why I wanted to do the intro.
I knew you.
I'm never letting Mohammad do the intro again.
Okay, one time.
Shouldn't we have let our brand spanking new guest Sophie do the intro? Hi, Sophie.
Hi. I can talk about the next topic when y'all are ready.
Let them have the little pissing contest, then we'll talk about
it.
All right. No, you know what? I sent this to Trey. I'm gonna send this to all of you. It's a very interesting thing I found on the web.
Is it the Kong diss track?
Yup.
Oh my god. I haven't listened to it because I don't care. But listen, narratively, they literally enhance Kong's height so he can beat Godzilla.
Okay,
little
and
dinosaur arms over here can't even reach him.
Monkeys can grow up too, so he can easily be a slower monkey, you dumb
Guys.
Dumb. No wonder you got the brain of a monkey.
Please shut up.
Fine. We'll move on.
What's the first topic?
Until the one we do after March 31st, or I will be declaring that I was right.
Then I will just flat out be convinced that Warner Bros. Just does not care about science, because this is the same studio that let Batman beat.
Dude, it took you this long to figure out Warner Bros. Doesn't give a crap about science. It took you this long.
Are you really trying to cite science in a Godzilla versus Kong movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
What these things are.
Godzilla was made from a nuclear bomb, you dumb.
So you think if we dropped a nuclear bomb on a gorilla, it'll grow to that size? Is that what you think, Mohammad? Is that what you think science is?
Yes, because science is all about hypothesis.
Science is all about big gorilla.
It's basic science 101. What were you doing during science class, Kyle? What were you doing?
Trying to understand chemistry, not trying to ask my teacher how does Godzilla beat Kong.
You know what? We'll maybe we cover the same science class. We'll ask her tomorrow.
Do it.
You want to ask our teacher, Trey? Go right ahead.
Wait, what science class are you guys taking?
We're on level chemistry.
Oh, I'm taking human anatomy.
And I'm taking astronomy. So very different classes.
But yeah, guys, welcome back to the Thinking Box podcast. We have a special guest. Some of you guys may know her, some of you guys may not. Here's Sophie. She is a lifelong comic book fan, mostly Superman, and she'll be mostly around for the Superman topics we'll be discussing.
Wait, did something happen with Superman this week?
Yeah,
there is some Superman news I will talk about.
I actually made a discovery that I shared with Trey today, where Superman literally tried to be an Asian person, a Japanese person.
Wait, what?
Oh, he texted me one of Superman's old powers, the one of the insane ones.
Oh yeah,
you know the one.
Old racist comics from the 40s.
Red Kryptonite. Do y'all remember when Red Kryptonite would give Superman a different power each time, or do something weird? One time it made him into a giant.
I couldn't tell you because I don't pick up comics.
Another time, Red Kryptonite gave Supergirl a second head. It was crazy.
You guys want to know what my favorite version of Kryptonite is?
I don't want to know.
Which one?
Pink. Anyone want to take a wild guess at what pink Kryptonite does?
Pink. I know what it does.
Yep.
No. What does it do?
Just take a guess. I want you to take a guess.
No.
It grows your size.
Ooh,
No.
so close. It makes him gay.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, made like Clark flirt with Jimmy or something.
It was so funny.
I
Is that
haven't read that
canon?
comic, but I've heard about it.
To quote Superman from that comic, Jimmy, that tie is dashing.
Oh,
Different
you guys
time.
are right.
When was this comic written? Like the 60s?
No,
Or
the
the
art
50s?
style looked recent. Like the art style looked 90s at least.
I don't believe that.
I honestly couldn't even tell
That
you.
sounds like at least a 60s or 50s comic, if not like 40s. That sounds actually for like a 40s comic book.
I
It
couldn't
really
even tell
does.
you. I couldn't even tell you because I haven't picked up a comic book in a long time. I've been reading books.
I've read
Boom.
so many
Wow,
comics.
because cool.
Literature, boy.
Bro, imagine
Well-
reading a book without pictures. Couldn't have been me.
Imagine
How
improving your vocabulary. Couldn't
It
be
has
me.
no pictures. How did you read this?
Okay,
Yeah,
Gaston.
okay, Gaston. Ah.
Well, should we talk about the Superman news, or are we just gonna?
I mean,
Banner?
a lot of it.
Unless we're gonna
So-
just fight to the death. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So new Superman news. There's possibly a new Superman movie in the works with a black Superman, hopefully Val Zod, or Calvin Ellis Superman. Yeah,
Yeah.
Calvin Ellis Superman. There's rumors it's gonna be Michael Jordan as Superman in this movie.
Wait, Michael
Has not
Jordan's
been
basketball
confirmed
player?
No, Michael
B. Jordan.
Michael
Which
B.
honestly,
Jordan.
Well, I think it's very likely that it will be Michael B. Jordan because there were rumors a long time ago of him pitching a Black Superman idea to WB, but it got turned down. But now it's back, so I feel like it'd be kind of a slap in the face to him if he doesn't play Superman. But to be quite honest, listen, I'm a big Michael B. Jordan fan. He's not my first choice.
He's a bit too not scrawny. He doesn't have.
It's definitely not scrawny. Here's what he is. He's too cool.
Yeah,
That's
there
what
it
he is.
Yeah, because I don't think he can play like the nerdy side, like the civilian side. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he can because my man's got range. But
I mean,
he's
yeah, he
not
probably
my
can,
direct
but,
first
like-
You know who should be
choice.
Superman?
Who?
Lakeith Stanfield.
Who?
He was the guy from Get Out, Uncut Gems. Lakeith
Oh,
Stanfield, Knives Out.
he was also in Black Panther.
No, that's Danny Clue. I'm talking about Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not my first choice here. My first choice is John David Washington.
From Tenet.
I see that.
You
Yeah,
just want
Tenet.
Tenet as superheroes.
Well, not just because I want this to be in the same universe as the Batman. No. Because I think he could be good. I see the Superman in him, and also I want his dad to play whoever Val Zod's Earth dad is.
I don't think John David Washington wants everyone to know that his dad is Denzel Washington.
Nah, listen, when your dad's Denzel, you let people know your dad's Denzel.
I know he's already playing a DC superhero, but honestly, Idris Elba wouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah.
I want him to be a DC villain, like Bloodsport. Like he is a DC villain right now, but like I've always seen Idris Elba as a more villainous character since stuff like The Wire. I always see Idris Elba as a better villain than he is a hero.
I can just imagine him being able to do like the hunched over nerd while also being able to do like the upstanding self-righteous Superman.
Now,
Like,
see, I've
he
watched
could
The Wire, so I can't see him being a nerd. I see him being, a cold badass. Honestly, Idris Elba is Lex Luthor in this movie. Make it happen.
No, Giancarlo Esposito is Lex Luthor 100% of the time. He's
not. He's Hugo Strange.
I feel like that's too small of a character for Giancarlo.
He
I feel
played
like
a
they
character in The
can
Boys. I think he's all right.
They can definitely give Hugo Strange a bigger role if they needed to. He can definitely be like go crazy in a movie.
True, and he had a big
Exactly.
role in the Arkham series, but I just don't see him having being like a main villain, you know?
He was like a main villain in Gotham, so.
Oh yeah.
He was. I'm like very iffy on his role in Gotham because he was cool in season 2, but then he became a kind of a nerdy little character that wasn't really threatening.
Yeah.
Which I love Gotham with a passion, so
I haven't seen Gotham.
Gotham was so good. Anyways.
Gotham's amazing.
Yeah. I also want. So you wanted to say something?
Oh, so I was thinking we can move on to the next Superman topic.
I was gonna say one thing regarding the movie.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Jon Favreau should direct the Superman
Actually,
movie.
yeah, I want to go on directors for a second because I think Jon Favreau is a great choice, but there are two directors that I really, not mostly because it's Superman, because I really want these directors to be attached to a comic movie. I want either Dennis Villeneuve or Damien Chazelle, because I just want those two directors to make a comic book movie. Like, I feel like they'd be so good for comic book movies.
Interesting.
I feel like when talking about comic book movies, you got to get someone who's done like. When I think of comic movies, I think of them as like modern mythology. So when I think, why don't we get someone who's done movies about like Greek mythology?
See,
I'm
gonna stop you right there. Warner Bros. Had that idea, and they got Zack Snyder to make Zack.
I was about to make that joke. Dang it! You suck.
You didn't think that was immediately going to go to my head. You are insane.
I was gonna make it.
Zack Snyder lives in Kyle's head rent free.
It was gonna be
He
funny.
lives in all our heads rent free. I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
For director-wise, you need to find someone who's actually a nerd, who's actually read the comics, not someone who skimmed through them and is guessing.
Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
No.
I
I think
think
Matt Reeves could definitely make a good Superman movie, but let's let him do his Batman movie.
They should get James Gunn.
No, I want him to
Isn't
make
James
I
Gunn
want him
doing
to make his
Suicide
crypto
Squad?
movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they can do it
but
after that.
I want James
Yeah.
Gunn to do his crypto movie that he was pitching.
Apparently,
I want him to do
Okay,
that.
I heard that rumor, and like I want it to happen, but I don't know if they're gonna do it.
he proved it false on his Twitter. He said he thought about it, but he chose to not do it.
What if they got like Sam Raimi to like do DC after Doctor Strange?
Maybe. I don't think so.
I mean, I could see that as Superman because he obviously has shown that heartwarming side and superhero side of superheroes.
That'd be pretty neat. Actually,
the Holy Raimi trilogy.
Imagine if they got Tarantino to direct the Superman movie.
Yeah, dude, never gonna happen. I don't think Tarantino would make a good Superman movie.
Who directed Chronicle?
Oh, Josh Trank.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Just
honestly, Wes Anderson, that would be interesting. Wes Anderson, that would at least be interesting. Like, come on, don't you dare think that a Wes Anderson Superman movie doesn't pique your interest a little bit.
But like, I feel like it would have to be like a comic book franchise that would be like very colorful. Like, I'm talking like.
I do want some color. I want this to feel like a comic book because the Snyder movies just felt boring.
They're gray.
Yeah. They were weird to look at. Everything looked wet. Like everything just like it was sprayed with a hose.
It's like Michael Bay movies, but in a different color.
Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
That'd be a good director.
We're not Last Jedi slanders here, so we know.
I'm conflicted with Last Jedi, if I'm being honest.
Listen, I love parts of it. I hate few parts of it. That's where I'm at.
I love what it was trying to do. I think the execution could have been better, but I think
that's the best way to put it.
But I think the ideas outweigh the execution, so I think it's a more good than bad in my opinion.
And then JJ decided to make the anti-Last Jedi, which JJ's a producer for this, guys. I'm kind of curious to see how that's gonna go.
He almost directed a Superman in the past, Flyby. And the plot for that just sounds all kinds of wacky.
Could be. But yeah. What if they got there's one other
Brad
film.
Bird.
No.
He directed The Incredibles.
I don't like The Incredibles, so no.
What?
No, I want even though we already got John Watts, even though it's kind of, just classic, it's just, Brad Bird is Fantastic Four, like, come on.
Give Mark Webb a chance.
But I feel like a big part of Superman is like, how do I put it? Good old classic American values, even though he's supposed to be someone for the whole world. Good values is a phrase I like to attribute to Superman. And I feel like
I feel like they should give Mark Webb a second chance, but in a different comic book property.
Because listen, I think Mark Webb has made good movies, and he has made good movies where Avi Arad wasn't pulling his neck.
I guess. He wouldn't be my first choice. Edgar Wright?
I mean, I want to see the Edgar Wright comic book movie. We almost had with
He
Ant-Man.
almost
I
did.
want to see
That
that.
would have been great.
I mean, we got a comic book movie with Scott Pilgrim, but like I want to see
Superhero
movie Edgar Wright.
Who? I kind of want them to get an unknown.
They could get like the director for Creed 2.
He's Stephen Campbell. I want him to focus all his energy on Transformers because I have high hopes for his Transformers.
Oh yeah, he's doing Transformers. I haven't seen Creed 2 yet, but I've seen the first Creed.
Creed 2's like I love both Creed movies like
Ooh.
with passion.
What are their names? Oh, directors, they're brothers.
Coen Brothers, Russos.
No.
Oh, those people who are directing Miss Marvel.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, those. Oh,
They're not brothers, are they?
No,
No.
they're not.
They're just friends.
Chris Miller and Phil Lord.
Yes, them. I'm a little biased because they directed my favorite movie, but come on.
Ooh, I was gonna say Rick Famuyiwa, if that's his name, but then Warner Bros. Kind of screwed him over.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, or Flash.
Well, another name to the list.
Ah, man. I would say Spike Lee.
Keep dreaming.
Honestly, I mean, he has said that he is open to, doing Marvel movies. Like, he said, like, if they come in with an interesting concept, he will do it.
Right.
Do we know how far along this movie is?
No.
I think it's still in pre-production.
Here's my honest to God theory. I honestly think we already have a cast of Superman, and we're going to find out in Flash.
In Flash?
Flashpoint.
Yes.
How do you know they're not just going to stick to their own isolated movies?
Because I thought they're going to do isolated movies from now on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of like that more.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think that's great, but like we already see that whatever multiverse shenanigans Flash is going to do is going to. I feel like Warner Bros. Is going to officially say that Flash is going to help the universe separate.
Why don't they just? I feel like they're going to reveal this at Summer Comic-Con because we know they're doing Comic-Con at home again.
Just give me DC fandom too. That was so much.
Legitimately, I think.
DC fandom. They better make it. They had to get like a better website or something because DC fandom crashed. I remember that.
It wouldn't let me put it on my TV, so I had to immediately rush to my phone.
I was multitasking.
I was watching it on my iPad.
I was multitasking when like that was going on because like the day before my mom threw a party, and then the day after that I had to like clean it up, but at the same time I wanted to know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one thing that annoyed me about DC fandom is first they said there was different panels going on over one day. Then they changed it to where it was this whole one long live stream, and then there was panels another day, like a couple weeks later.
Yeah, they put the less interesting stuff on the other panel so that not to clog up the one with like the moneymakers.
And I love how they saved the best one for last.
Yeah,
wait,
which I love that.
Isn't Michael B. Jordan producing that Static Shock movie?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So he's already working with DC.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a possibility that he could play Superman.
I actually think that's working against him because he's already going to be preoccupied with that. Actually, how much work
Who knows?
I
mean, like I said, Nolan did say that John David Washington should play a superhero like Jon Stewart, and I mean, Val Zod and Jon Stewart are not the most different of characters.
I mean, dude, what about that Green Lantern show?
Oh, that. I forgot about that.
I heard about that. But I don't know if Jon Stewart's going to be in that or not. I don't know
it's going to be.
I don't think he is. I think the whole Alan Scott and others.
Do you think they're going to make Scott a traditional Green Lantern, or do you think they're going to do the thing where he makes his own ring?
I don't know.
Who knows? I'm hoping they do like the whole core thing.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. Like we'll have to see, but there is rumors that David Ramsey, who played John Diggle on Arrow, is going to be Green Lantern later on in Superman and Lois.
I mean, we got that cliffhanger, and I'm just saying, like...
No,
man.
So we know... It was confirmed that he's going to appear in episode 7, I think, and he's going to direct the episode as well. But, like...
Ooh.
I think it's definitely possible that he's going to be Green Lantern, and it is confirmed that John Diggle's stepdad's last name was Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is if he goes by his stepdad's last name, he'd be John Stewart from the comics. I mean,
Which
I don't know.
I find it funny because arguably the best Green Arrow comics we've ever got were the old like 70s A's ones with the Green Lantern and Green Arrow, team up books. And to find out that Arrow was all along a Green Lantern Green Arrow team up show is amazing.
I haven't read much Green Arrow comics yet. I still need to.
Most of them are just kind of okay because a lot of them just kind of feel like recycled Batman stories.
I wouldn't call comic book Green Arrow Batman. I call Arrow Green Arrow Batman.
I call modern Green.
Okay.
Modern Green Arrow Batman.
Do y'all think
Rebirth Green Arrow? That's just Batman.
Just let him be. Let him fight.
TV Flash more like comic book Green Arrow, or is that just me that sees that?
No, you're right. The
like,
personality.
A little bit.
And
I would say Grant
TV
Gustin's
Arrow,
more like comic book Flash and people see it.
Yeah, I feel like TV Arrow is more like comic book Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of mad he never met the Batman of this universe because that would have been interesting.
No. Okay, should we just talk about Arrowverse stuff next?
Yeah, like a little transition.
Has anything happened in the Arrowverse as of late?
No.
So I'll start explaining that. First, Superman and Lois, the new Superman show. They changed a lot of Superman's backstory from what we've seen. Because originally in Supergirl, Superman was already a baby. He already had a full head of black hair when he was sent away. But in the Superman and Lois pilot, it looked like it was the birthing chamber on the ship. Have y'all ever read about the birthing chamber and the whole Krypton stuff about how babies are born on Krypton?
The only thing I know about it is what Man of Steel told me, and that's not really a good way to explain it.
Yeah, so they explains it better on the show Krypton. So it's this big hall where Kryptonians don't get pregnant. They each put their DNA into this machine and it makes their child for them. And, this whole birthing matrix. It's they don't carry their child. So apparently there's some version of the comics where he's sent away while he's still in this fake womb on the ship. So by the time he gets to Earth, it's been the 9 months and he's ready to be born, where the fake womb opens. That's what they did on Superman and Lois, the pilot, which kind of annoys me because remember in Supergirl mentioned that she used to change Kal-El's diapers, which I thought it was funny, but now that apparently didn't happen. I don't know.
I mean, the theme's open to debate, so I'm not gonna full go against it. But since it's not really retconning because Crisis was kind of a retconny thing, but I don't know.
Because also, I'm still trying to figure out the exact ages of Superman and Lois because their kids are 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying, and we know Clark is 12 years older than Kara, who's about 26. So I think Clark is about 38 at this point, or maybe 40.
That means he would have had his kid when he's 24-ish.
Or no, because Kara's 28, so that means he would be 40. So he would have been 26 when his kids were born. I don't know, because in the comics they retcon his kid into the comics too. So it's really confusing because comic book wise they don't really care about age much.
And also the way they retconned John Kent into the comics is it was from an alternate universe. So all the time shenanigans didn't have to be worked out because
and then Mr. Mixus-Pitlick came in and made the Clark Kent from Pre-52 actual Clark Kent everyone had Bruce had memories of Clark and friendship and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then comic book John Kent was actually born in the Fortress of Solitude instead of on the weird Convergence planet in Thomas Wayne's Batman's Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Because that isn't confusing at all.
Nah.
Most comic timeline jazz is confusing. I'm lost.
Yeah.
I remember they first did Crisis on Infinite Earths to get rid of all the separate Earths, separate timelines, combine it into one so it would be less confusing. But then I think it was in 2006 when they did Infinite Earths, where that just like brought the others back again. So
Yeah.
then 2011, of course, with New 52, they brought around the 52 Earths. So
It's a lot to keep track of.
yeah, but Superman and
Yeah.
Lois.
But yeah, listen. I mean, I think we can all agree that this is some of the best superhero television since, like, I don't know, probably Daredevil. Like this was
Okay.
awesome to see.
I already think it's better than Smallville, to be honest. And Smallville is hard to top. Like,
I mean,
have
Smallville
any
was
of you
more,
seen Smallville?
I've
I've seen
seen
some.
like 4 seasons and like put like a little bit of season 10. But my thing with Smallville is that it's obviously like, showing the origins of Clark Superman. This is like, old wise Clark. And like I love it. I just listen, this show has already proven to me because like the not to compare this to Man of Steel because I think you can definitely still enjoy Man of Steel and this, but this show did what Snyder tried to do with Man of Steel, but I think did it right because what people say Man of Steel did was humanize Superman. They didn't do that. This
No.
show humanizes
No.
Clark and makes him struggle as being a parent. Like
I know.
I love how Jordan has mental illness. That's something that Clark has no control over. Like how his dad had a heart attack and he couldn't do anything about it, which actually is now in this universe. Thank God.
I do want to point out though, they did that flashback in like the opening thing. I will admit I did laugh at how they did it because he's just walking and he's like perfectly fine and then he just falls over.
Yeah, I feel like that scene was a bit better on Smallville, how they did do it, but like
there was no build up. He was just fine and then he was not.
I mean,
Yeah,
I did like how they actually showed like the symptoms of heart attack where he did grip his left arm because like left arm going numb is like a symptom.
Mm-hmm.
I also love how they actually like go into Jordan's mental illness and how it affects the whole family because in the comics, remember when they aged John Kent up and he had all this trauma from what happened to him over the 6 years or whatever, and they never mention it again.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, like
yeah.
Jordan had mental illness shows like it humanizes Clark in a way like he's trying to be like he's Superman. He has control over a lot of things. He can't control what's going on in the human mind, and that's something that humanizes the character. Giving someone something that Superman cannot have control of. Like his mom died of a stroke too. Clark couldn't have stopped it, and that's really, really sad.
It's just really fun. It's just really not fun. It's just really cool to see, like, to make Superman feel powerless, to have him be bested by things out of his control completely. It just makes him such a more interesting character that he's like, oh, I cannot hit a stroke. What do I do?
Yeah. Like, I love that they humanized him, unlike some other versions of Superman that I have seen in the past.
Come here.
Okay.
That's his dog.
So, another point, like, it's really cool how we get to see Superman have 2 kids rather than 1 in the comics. And how he deals with 2 possibly superpowered kids. Because first of all, we know Jordan Kent does have superpowers. At least he has invincibility and heat vision. And I feel like Jonathan has some sort of super strength.
Because he broke the tire swing.
Yeah, he broke the tire swing when he was like 7 years old.
Also, really
so he definitely has some powers.
Really good aim. Like,
yeah.
Really good. How do you hit that spot?
So I also have some sort of theory. So in the comics, when Jonathan, like when we first see him as Superboy, his powers are like fluctuating. Like sometimes his invincibility is there, sometimes it isn't, which causes Clark to bring him to the Fortress of Solitude. And I'm hoping they do something similar to that in the show, where like the boy's powers are fluctuating because they're half human side. Then they figure out like they fix or whatever. But like, I don't know. I want them to take more inspiration from the comic books with Jonathan Kent as this like 10-year-old, but like obviously he isn't 10 in the show, but yeah.
I like how they handled John's personality in this. Like, they kind of made him they made him a bit of a dick, but they also made him still likable. Like,
yeah.
he was very likable and fun-loving, but he was also kind of an ass to his brother. I don't know. I just really like the way they handled that character because, like, you can't really make John Kent the same way he is in the comics because in the comics he's a 10-year-old. He's like a little kid. So this is a good compromise.
Yeah. Like, I also like how they showed that Jonathan still cares for his brother, like, bringing him food when he knew his brother needed to take a pill for his mental health. Just like the little things. Also, Jonathan jumping on top of Jordan when the poles fell on him.
That was such a good moment.
Oh my god. But then the twist at the end when Jordan switched them over, so Jordan was the one who was hit.
I think
and,
that
like,
was a
saved
bit of a
them.
given.
Yeah, which
Like, it was given, but like,
here's what I like about this, because it would have been so cliche and overdone if they just gave Jonathan powers, because they would have made Jordan feel more alien and alone, and but that's been done so many times. Like, I'm interested to see where they go with that, because listen, there's a scene in the first 15 minutes of the show that perfectly tells you every single thing you know about Jonathan and Jordan. It's when Clark comes home and he has to go in each of the rooms. He goes in to see Jonathan, and he's all like good things are happening with him. He's all happy for him. Then he has to frown, and he has to go into Jordan's room, and it's sad. And he's playing Injustice 2, which is a little weird.
How'd you get so low to where you're playing
a different version of Injustice 2? Let's make that clear.
Oh yeah, I was talking about this with Trey. If this is the Earth, if this is the same version of Injustice 2 that we have on our Earth, that raises so many questions.
So, I haven't read the comics for Injustice 2. I'm currently reading the ones for Injustice Gods Among Us. So, is Injustice 2 just a continuation?
Yeah, it's just a straight continuation.
Okay, because
Still evil
also
Superman.
It can't be Injustice anyways, because in the original Injustice comic books, obviously Clark reveals his identity to the world, so it'd just be some other version,
Lois
some
died.
fighter game like Mortal Kombat, where they just added Superman into it.
I just think
tried to tell Kyle, but he wouldn't believe me.
It's just so fun to think about. First of all, if this is the version from Earth, first of all, Superman, why have you not sued them for libel for calling you evil? Second of all, how did they get it right that your name is Clark Kent and you have a wife named Lois Lane? How did they get that right? And how did they get so many aspects
because
about
it's
your
not.
Right? But I know it's not.
Injustice.
But how fun is it to think about? It's so fun to think about because it's hilarious.
I feel like it would have been Mid's Daily Planet, and Lois would have sued them before Clark said anything, and Lois would have called them out and said it was BS or whatever.
It's definitely not our version of Injustice, but how funny is it to think about if it actually was?
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but yeah. Also, the pilot was a lot different from obviously the first script that they did write for it, which was last year in January, which did get leaked.
Didn't that have a really negative reception?
So it was how it was written. Some things where it was written sort of awkward. I don't know how to describe it exactly. It put Jordan in such a bad light that he wasn't really in the pilot. Yeah. It was really weird.
And now we have, classic Superman lifting the green car and giving the hat to the kid and saying, "Hey, my mom made me this suit." I
love that reference.
It was so beautiful.
Because the 3 references in one.
The thing with that delivery too, it wasn't him going, "Thank you, citizen." It was like, yeah, thanks, man. All right, see you later, bro. Fist bump.
Yeah, because you could tell that was his very first suit. It was one of his first days as Superman. So he was all excited about it. It was so cute.
It was
also
such a good
when he met Lois, I love the awkward guy next
door.
The
nerdy Clark Kent. I miss him.
I know, because we don't see him at all in Man of Steel, so then we just see him in Superman and Lois, and it was perfect. It's Brandon Routh could do it, Christopher Reeve could do it. Now we get to see Tyler Hoechlin do it.
Tyler Hoechlin can really act he's really good in the role, a lot of people are kind of annoyed because he doesn't have the look. I don't care. He's
What do
able
you mean
to
the look? He's Superman.
He's a bit
Okay,
straight.
people say he's too small or whatever. And I'm like,
He's not.
I
Superman
don't
doesn't get his
care.
powers from his muscles, okay? He doesn't have his powers because he's this big muscular man. Like, he can be like fat or thin or whatever and still have his powers because powers come from the sun, not muscle.
And also,
Oh,
Christopher Reeve was rather small for his time too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
so I
he's-
hate the argument.
God. Like, listen,
Like-
here's another thing too. Here's why I love the idea of this suit. It's because the fact that his mom made it just completely shows why Man of Steel. It's not that I hate the Man of Steel suit. It's I hate the idea of it. The whole idea of Superman's suit is that it's the symbol from his home, but the suit itself is from Earth. His mom made that suit with his family crest from his home. That's a beautiful thing. Having the whole suit just from his home shows nothing of the Earth Krypton parallel. It's just Krypton. But this is good.
And you want to know why
'cause-
this suit is better than the Man of Steel suit? Because it's not always slimy and wet, no matter where it is. By God, I feel like if I touched the
I get
Man of
that.
Steel suit, I'd
Okay.
get a virus.
Also, I hate how like dark the Man of Steel suit is. Like,
The red is barely red.
yeah. So I love how bright the suit was, and Superman and Lois. Like, yes, that's what we're looking
He's a
for.
colorful
I
character.
want to
That's Superman.
I want to tell you guys a funny story, actually.
Go for it.
So, this was back in December 2017. It was winter break, and I went to California, and there was the Warner Bros. Studio tour thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
I've been on that.
Yeah, so I went there, and there was a whole DC section. They took it into like this room with all like the DC stuff, and there was a Superman suit, like just open. There was no case to. I don't know if it was a replica or not. So then it said "Do not touch," but then I touched it.
You idiot.
It was a replica then if they didn't have it in a case.
You know.
Was it slimy and wet?
I don't know. That was like 4 years ago. Oh.
Okay, but I feel like you would remember it.
Okay. From my vivid memory, and if I just touched my finger right now,
Just say it was.
Just say it was for the joke.
it was smooth.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, no, I think
But
it was
then-
slimy and wet and full of disease.
Yeah, but then during the tour, there was a Christopher Reeve Superman suit, which that was the
Oh, I
second time I
remember
ever
that.
saw because I went to NYCC back in 2014, and there was a whole display of the Superman suits, and there was the Batbill suit, and then the storyboards for the Batman the animation. I have pictures of it. I can definitely show it to you guys. Maybe after this. Who knows?
Send pics.
Say less. Say less.
I have some pictures from the whole room where you get to see the different Batmobiles, and they have the bat signal and the whole statue of him. So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
yeah.
If I mean, this could be an exclusive episode where I show you pictures. Wink, wink.
That'd be pretty neat. Wait, whoa, hang on. Hey,
Back up.
hang on. We're just talking about
Anyway,
Let's
Anyway,
just continue about Superman.
back
maybe
to the
next
TV show.
episode.
Because here's the one thing I am nervous about this show, and that's Doom Guy Luthor. I
was
am nervous
cool.
as to how he's cool, but I'm nervous as to how he will fit in. Because I don't really see how this, big. I don't even know how they're gonna go with the Doom Guy Lex. I don't even know if it's Doom Guy Lex. I think it might be the Doom Guy other Luthor. But I don't really know how they're gonna fit in the family dynamic and also having Superman fight someone.
So, like, I want it to be Lex Luthor Jr. as Captain Luthor, but I don't know, because, like, when he was talking, he said it sounded like he was from a different planet that also got destroyed, so that just confuses me even more. So, I don't know. We'll see. He wasn't, I don't remember.
Definitely
reading
not
about
drawing
him
John
originally.
Cryer. It's definitely not John Cryer.
Yeah, we know that, because we already know who was cast as him. I don't remember his name. But, yeah. He
Yeah.
wasn't written in the original script. Like, the first script that they wrote for the pilot, he wasn't in it. They didn't even include the scene where Superman was fighting him, so we'll see.
That's worrying that he seems to be a later inclusion.
Yeah, well, the pilot, it was just, I don't think they had come up with the idea from yet. They probably came up with the idea from the second go over.
Maybe it's like the studio's like, hey, this family stuff's pretty neat, but can he fight a guy?
Yeah, because maybe they wanted to bring him in the second episode.
Maybe.
But then they decided to put a scene in the first. We don't know exactly what their thought process was with that. But I don't know, like, I want to see how the boys will, like, if the boys will help fight the stranger in the future at the end of the season, or will the boys get costumes?
I want to see.
Listen,
like their dad?
I definitely need to see Jonathan, have a purpose in the show, because he probably does have powers that will manifest, but as we know now, he has no powers. So, like, I don't know. I just need him to find his place in the show.
Yeah. I feel like his powers are just going to develop a lot slower than Jordan's, or
because the way
not
I thought it was
slower.
going to be is that Jonathan was going to have super strength and flight, but Jordan was going to have like heat vision or super hearing or X-ray vision. You know,
That's
all the
still
spotting power.
They still can.
Like, they can, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be half and half.
Yeah,
That'd be a bit too
because
on the nose,
we
but you
can
definitely
now
could.
see that Jordan's invulnerable. So
Well, you can have
Yeah.
invulnerability with that super strength, can't you?
I mean,
Yeah, you can, but
Like,
like, it's,
I've seen Henry Danger.
I know you
I
have.
don't know. I feel like they're gonna give them more powers as the show goes on, because who knows, they might give Jonathan powers finally by like the season finale or season 2.
Like, I want to see that training montage of Superman teaching his boys how to do superpowers. I want to see
I
that.
know.
That'd
So,
be really cool.
have y'all seen the promo for episode 2?
I have not.
I don't think so.
Can I just like tell you what I've seen?
Yeah.
So it looks like first Lois Lane confronts Morgan Edge. We know that's gonna happen. It looks like Clark also takes Jordan to the Fortress of Solitude
Fun.
to learn more about his Kryptonian side. I didn't see Jonathan like at the fortress with them. I think it was just Jordan, because Jordan's the only one who has powers, as they know right now. So.
Like, think about this too. These two boys just found out their dad was Superman. That's an insane concept.
I want to see them like react more and like see Clark answering their questions.
Yeah, because like they
Like,
had
listen, Dad. Here's what I want them to ask. Hey, Dad, how did it feel to die? And Clark just goes, itchy.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we already know he fought Doomsday.
Mhm.
Like,
Has he died before in this universe?
It mentioned his fight against Doomsday, so I'm guessing so.
Oh, weird.
Mhm.
That's kind of just a weird thing to not bring up all the time. Like, if
it's like, hey, Clark, you died.
Because they
Like,
don't
if I died
mention
and I
it
came
a
back
lot
to
in the
life,
comics.
I would not shut up about it. Like, that'd be the only thing I talk about.
So like Jason Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Clark isn't the kind of guy who would like constantly bring it up. I feel like he would mention it once and like continue on, and his boys would be like, "What?"
He's a very humble
I
person.
died and I came back. It was scary. Anyway, we got potatoes for dinner tonight.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be something like that. I don't know. Like, it'll also be interesting.
You guys think they're gonna give Jordan over his powers, like as of this moment?
Wait, what?
How much control do you think Jordan's gonna have over his powers?
I think
none. He's gonna mess
think
up
he's
at
gonna
some
have-
point in this season.
I think very little, because he did mention some control over his powers in that pilot episode. But also, I'm thinking back to the comics when Jonathan did first get his powers. He accidentally burns his his mom's pet cat.
Oh.
Wait, have y'all not read that? I'm so sorry for spoiling.
I have. You're good. Kyle doesn't read or watch things that we tell him to.
Hey.
Basically,
Looking at you, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Can I just like tell y'all what happened?
I don't
in
like
that
horror
issue?
movies, Mohammad.
Oh my god, no, Sophie, no, to interrupt you, but that is not a horror movie. Mental illness is not a horror movie.
Okay, just what happened was Jonathan saw an eagle swoop down for his mom's pet cat, and he gets scared, and that's when his heat vision, like, pops out. And, like, he means to aim for the eagle, but he doesn't have control, so he ends up killing both the eagle and the cat.
That's
and he
rough.
gets scared and doesn't tell his parents. But his dad knows because he can, like, smell. He can smell it or whatever.
Yeah, didn't they mention in this episode
can
does
smell
have
a
super
lie.
smell?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they
Y'all
mentioned
were
in
talking
this
at the same
episode
time.
he has super smell.
Yeah, they mentioned he has super smell. Like, we know that. It's just not as mentioned as much in the comics either.
Because it's not really that
I do
useful.
know that time. Yeah, it's not really that useful, and also,
You're
like,
talking
you
about
don't really
Scooby-Doo
sit around
uses
a
it really
scent.
well.
Like Daredevil uses it a couple times in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because he's blind, he kind of needs, all the senses he can have.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another power they don't really mention much is the microvision, where you can, like, zoom in on stuff with his eyes. I don't know, like, maybe they'll mention that sometime in the show.
I feel like that's something that will come up eventually.
Yeah, because they mentioned it once in Smallville, and that's all I've seen of it in media. I need to watch the other Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I'm only seen the first Christopher Reeve movie, so I don't really know much.
Second
about
one's
what
good.
happens in those.
3 and 4 not worth your time.
Don't watch Chapter 2.
Okay.
3 is kind of hilarious, 4 is just bad.
Like, yeah, 4 has no redeeming qualities.
Okay.
Which is the one that has the clone fight?
That's 3.
Okay, yeah, watch 3.
Okay, that's something I've seen a lot, where, like, Superman is split up into, like, red and blue. They also did that with Jonathan in Challenge of the Super Sons. I don't know. Have y'all read that? Oh, wait, who just went? Trey?
Challenge of the Super
Trey,
Sons is like
Trey
the
left.
most recent one, right?
No. So the most recent one. Wait, yeah, Challenge. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Adventures. They did that in Adventures of the Super Sons. Challenge is currently going on, but they're on a hiatus right now. I think they're coming back mid-March. So.
I haven't read. I've only really read the original Rebirth run. I have the first few volumes of that.
So the reason I started Adventures was when first Bendis took over and, like, aged up John, but, like, DC said we'll just still do this and it'll be continuation. Then they did that again with Challenge of the Super Sons, and DC still, like, won't age down John again. I don't know. I feel like there's some way they can do it where to bring back 10-year-old John.
He's so much more interesting as a little kid. I don't know why they aged him up.
Yeah, it's because it's so interesting to see him, like, developing into his powers and his friendship with Robin, and now that he aged up and Robin's on his own, it's just this whole thing.
Oh yeah, Robin has his own solo series right now.
Yeah, well, that's not starting until April.
Oh, has that not started yet?
No, they just announced it. They announced it a while ago, but, like, they almost announced comics, like, a couple of months before.
Yeah, I gotta read that. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it when it's out, but yeah. I think they're also introducing a new character called Flatline. I think that's her name. Yeah. Why does Trey keep
left.
on leaving?
He's probably going to, like, I don't know, something behind the scenes. I don't know.
Oh,
now he's back.
internet?
But yeah, anything else you'd like to
Internet
add?
She's gone again.
Trey left again. Okay.
Trey is gone. Crap rave.
I feel like he's going through some technical difficulties at the moment. Oh, he joined.
I give it 5 seconds.
Is he gonna stay?
Hello.
You here for good this time?
Hi.
What happened?
I had to get off because I had to let my dad downstairs, and now my earbuds are being weird. So.
Sounds like a you problem.
Slap it.
It is a me problem. That's why I left.
All right. Anything else to talk about regarding Superman and Lois?
And
not that I can think of. Like, we'll have to wait till the next episode on Tuesday, which I'm really excited for. But I feel like next we should talk about Blue Beetle.
Oh, yes. I wanted to say something real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
So right now, as we're recording, it's the Golden Globes. And so far, Soul has won Best Animated Feature, Aaron Sorkin has won Best Film Screenplay, Mark Ruffalo has won his first Golden Globe, and Daniel Kaluuya has won Best Supporting Actor for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Dope.
Probably
How far?
update. Yeah, we'll probably update it as more awards, like more come in.
That would be really interesting if it was the Oscars.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But,
Tell me when Chicago 7 wins Best Picture. That's what I want to know.
What do you say?
Tell me when Chicago 7 wins Best Picture.
Trial of
Okay,
Chicago 7, if that won, like, the top award. That's what he wants.
Yes.
And then we made a bet, not a bet, but like a deal that if Hamilton won Best Musical, we would have to hear him rant.
Kyle going to rant.
Because it's so stupid that it's even, no, save it.
Well, let's save it. It probably won't even win, but I don't know.
Okay.
No, it will. I guarantee you it will.
I'm going
It
to slap
most
it right
likely
across
will.
the face.
Yeah.
Seeing as like how everyone was like watching it the day it was released.
I haven't seen the Hamilton musical. I don't have Disney Plus.
I was originally supposed to see it in person this year, but like, no, I was supposed to see it in 2020 until it got canceled.
I was supposed to make a movie last year, like a short film, but then Corona happened. Oh, Trey left.
Dang it, I was going to do a bit with Trey.
And
Trey, are
he's
you
back.
finally back for good?
Yes, my earbuds will work now.
Okay. So, on
okay,
top of Blue Beetle.
exactly. Okay.
Are we ready to talk about Blue Beetle, or is Trey going to leave again?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
I
wanna
here.
say
I have,
something.
I have opinions on Blue Beetle.
I want
Alright.
to say something about Blue Beetle, and this will be quick. Robert Rodriguez for Blue Beetle.
No. Well, directing, yes, but I think
Trey?
me and Kyle had the same casting choice.
I was
think
really
he
about to
did.
say
of
that.
course.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Solo
Marduena.
Yes.
We both knew it.
It's so
Miguel from Cobra Kai has to do it. Come on.
He's so good.
It's beautiful. It makes too much sense.
He would just be so good in the role. It has to be him.
Yeah, it's got it. There's no one I can think of off the top of my head, just embodies that enough as Solo Marduena.
Mm-hmm. He would be so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cobra Kai. I haven't seen this actor, so it will be interesting, I guess, if he is cast.
He was also in Parenthood, if you've seen that.
No.
So yeah. Then has he been anything?
Nothing of note, but Terry Buchanan also needs to play Terry McGinnis.
Oh, he would be so good in that role.
Okay, we don't really know much about Blue Beetle. Or
we have a writer.
Blue Beetle movie.
Here's the thing: is me and Kyle kind of had not an argument, but like a disagreement of sorts about how it's gonna be handled because
you're a bastard.
This is gonna be live action, and Kyle's worried that the live action suit won't translate well.
Because here's the thing.
Okay. Wait, have y'all seen Blue Beetle and Smallville? Because they did that really well.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
It looks very clunky and janky there. And I don't really see how you could make it any better.
Yeah. But here's my thing with Smallville. Smallville's, that's a practical suit. They will 110% make this Blue Beetle CGI.
I have never seen Smallville.
I say watch it.
I haven't.
My favorite season is the last season, season 10, and also season 4 is really good.
Here's my issue with season 10. They do the Fantastic Four Rise of Silver Surfer thing when they make Darkseid a cloud, or whatever they did.
Yeah.
They teased the dark side for all of it, but then they didn't actually have him show up, did they?
They didn't. They had Granny Goodness
really.
for a little bit. We didn't actually get to see her in our full Granny Goodness outfit though.
Lame.
We just saw her just
though.
a little Granny. Yeah. Also, y'all have heard about the Supergirl casting for the Flash movie, right?
Yes.
Oh,
did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, we talked about
I
last
think
week.
we did.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't on here last week.
Yeah, you were here,
Yeah.
but you could say what you think. Do you think she's gonna be good?
So I personally haven't seen her in anything, but I have high hopes for her. In the new Flash movie,
she seems passionate, so that's always good.
I'm upset about Cyborg not being in this movie.
Walter Mott's jackass, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, a lot of shady things happening at DC at the moment.
Also,
because
this
of Ray
movie was
Fisher.
supposed to come out like years ago, but like they haven't even like filmed much of it yet.
Yeah, the original release date was supposed to be December 31st, 2018.
Well, that's because
I
we
It was a
know.
lost,
bad
you know,
movie by
8
Ben
directors.
Affleck.
Guys, remember, Robert Zemeckis almost directed this movie.
God, that
Imagine that.
That would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I hope they actually have Iris West in it. I know Iris West was originally supposed to appear in the original Justice League movie, but then they cut her out, and I think she's going to appear in the new Justice League movie.
Snyder
Like, at least the
cut.
scene.
I mean, she was in the trailer, so I'm assuming, because I don't think
Yeah.
Zach's going to cut anything out of this one.
Yeah, no, Zach's.
Yeah.
For some reason, this movie is over 4 hours. If he
No,
cut
it's
anything
4
from
hours,
this
1
movie,
minute, and 28 seconds.
if he cut anything from this movie, I will be baffled.
No, actually, you know what? We haven't talked about this yet, and I want to talk about
Oh,
this.
the Batman Lois thing?
Yeah, I hate this with a burning passion, because this is
stupid.
so stupid.
Is
And
this
you know,
like
they actually-
the Superman and Wonder Woman ship in New 52, and they put those two together?
Yeah, no, that's that concept is fine. But the fact that Lois got a ring from Clark at the end of BVS and they were basically married and Clark is dead, and Bruce is like, ooh, Clark is dead, I'm gonna move in on his wife. That is stupid.
Wow, Lois, you have such a great outfit. Ooh, that's a nice ring. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's my ex-husband who you tried to murder. Oh, cool. Anyway, the car's waiting.
Yeah, listen,
Also, can I talk-
Batfleck was already
sorry.
such an asshole, but now people are like, oh, just because he killed doesn't make him mean. Now you can't defend anymore. He moves in on dead people's wives.
Yeah.
Like, if
It
people
doesn't
claim
matter
that
if you tried to
Batman's
murder
murder
him. It just not only did you try to murder him, but then you try to shack up with his wife. Like, you have to be a special kind of asshole to do that.
Yeah, honestly,
Tony,
thank
man,
God. This is the
Snyder-
one thing WB did right with the Snyder cut. They, like, thank God.
Okay, can we talk about why exactly this movie's 4 hours long? I mean, listen, I have a 4-hour shift on Thursdays and Fridays. I could literally watch this whole movie during that 4-hour shift. But
I
then,
mean, listen,
go ahead.
yeah, listen, you're going to like my point here, Mohammad.
All right.
Scorsese and Coppola movies aren't as long as this movie. That's ridiculous.
I know. But I feel like with The Irishman, which is 3 hours and 30 minutes long, I feel like that was the whole movie. Like, there was no deleted
Yeah, a movie
scene.
because movies like that and Goodfellas, where it's like, over different periods of time in a way. I
Yeah.
like those kinds of movies. This movie is gonna be 4 hours of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, but then, but I want to say something else. I haven't seen the movie, but Once Upon a Time in America, that's like 3 hours and 50 minutes long. You know.
Okay. To be honest, I don't think I'll be able to sit through the whole movie in one sitting because honestly, I just don't like Zack Snyder's version of DC.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly why I'm gonna be able to sit through it because
thing
I
is-
hate Zack Snyder's
Yeah.
use of the burning passion, so this is gonna get me through it.
I am only going to be able to watch this if I'm watching with someone else. I don't think I could stomach this alone.
The thing is with
Don't worry, Kyle. We'll do a Twitter live stream with
the
this.
thing is
Oh,
with
hell yeah.
Oh, I want to pitch an idea, but the thing is with okay, listen, I'll say this. I have nothing wrong with long run times. Like I can sit down and watch The Irishman. Like I've seen The Irishman in one
No,
go,
yeah.
like 3 times. As long as the movie is good. But with Snyder, I don't like Man of Steel. I don't like BVS. So then you have a 4-hour Justice League movie, and it's just gonna be like, I'll get frustrated. You know, it
And
won't be
here's
like.
the right thing with this. What do both Man of Steel, BVS, and I honestly all of Snyder's movies have in common? Atrocious pacing. This is a 4-hour movie. Imagine the pacing. This is good. This kind of movie is going to slow down to a crawl. I don't know.
My God.
Oh, that's gonna annoy me so much.
Do you know what I've been thinking, guys? We should just like come back again, come March 18th, and just do like a 4-hour special where we just watch it live.
Honestly, yeah.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do a full,
Reacting to it?
commentary on this.
Let's do
Is that
it.
legal?
As long as there's no
I mean,
audio.
if we don't show it,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I see no issue.
I mean, yeah.
So there you go. That's official.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Challenge
Oh.
who's going to be the first to fall asleep?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
I mean, if
thinking
I went
me.
to sleep while watching,
you ever went to
The
sleep
Exorcist?
watching The Exorcist? If
yeah.
you don't fall asleep in this movie, I'll honestly be offended.
If I don't,
If you don't fall asleep in this movie, I will be offended.
oh, okay. I can quote you on that. I mean, anything could happen, really.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will have good pacing. This seems to have some interesting concepts. Jared Leto is
Trey,
Joker
Trey,
Jesus now.
You have to remember, we live in a society.
Shut up.
What
I
honors
hate
a
that
distant
line.
memory.
Okay, also something else that annoyed me is Joker in this movie. How, like, the trailer, him being like, Jesus, another.
I was okay
Zack
with the look
Snyder just-
until the Jesus image.
Can Zack Snyder just stay away from Jesus imagery, please?
Can he stop making every character Jesus, for God's sake?
Like, he literally just did a
That's true.
promo. Like, listen, he just did a promo where every member of the Justice League was a picture of Christian religion paintings. What's going on?
Oh,
Zach,
that
buddy,
annoys me
Zach.
so much.
Zach, come close. Yeah. Put your ear next to my mouth. Let me tell you something. Most comic creators are Jewish. You fucking idiot.
Listen, even though it's completely wrong and dumb, I understand why he's doing. He's taking the whole DC views of gods among us concept,
Among Us.
but he's going way too far and way too ridiculous.
It's just
Yeah.
Because here's where Zack Snyder doesn't understand this. These are gods learning to be men. What he's viewing is gods just being gods. And that's not interesting in any way.
that is a really good way to put it. Just gods being gods being dudes, gods chilling.
Because that's why I feel like DC heroes with powers are they're gods learning to be men, and that's why Marvel characters are in a way men
learn to be gods.
Gods.
Except
Yeah.
so we're in Marvel and Batman and DC. It's a little wonky, but you know.
Well, with
but
prep,
that's the way
well,
I
with
see
prep
these
time, Batman's
universes.
already a god.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see
Mobius
that.
and everything. But like,
Yeah.
I just don't think Zack Snyder understands these characters. I've said it a billion. We've all said it a million times. Just Zack. I love that he's getting his cut, but after this, apparently this movie's going to end on a cliffhanger too. To see like, ooh, I'm going to make WB give me a sequel. I'm going to make them do it. I don't
Here you
want
are,
a
buddy.
sequel. Please
Okay.
don't.
I feel like they're gonna like include Martian Manhunter or maybe this
They've already
it might
confirmed
be like
Martian
Green
Manhunter.
Lantern. I don't know. Who knows what the cliffhanger is gonna be.
The characters we know for a fact are appearing are Martian Manhunter, Tomar Ray, Kilowog, and I believe there's others that I'm blanking
Honestly,
on.
I really, really, really hope the Snyder cut does well, so WB can release the Schumacher cut.
Holy
Please.
crap! Why are you all of a sudden on the Schumacher cut train?
Because High Top
up.
convinced me. I didn't know what was in the Schumacher cut, but then High Top told me what was in it, and now I want the Schumacher cut more than anything.
The Schumacher cut is of what movie again?
Batman Forever. That movie was going to be the best Batman movie at the time, and now WB decided to chop it up and make it for kids. Listen, watching the lead scenes. It's actually a great Batman movie, but they chopped it up, and now it's only a good Batman movie. A very, very okay Batman movie.
Yeah.
Batman Forever.
A good Batman movie with Robin.
Have we had a good Batman with Robin?
Not a good Batman movie with Robin.
I mean, already Batman 66 is a pretty good movie, but that's
Dark Knight Rises? That's a good Batman movie.
That doesn't count. That doesn't really count.
Not with Robin. Like,
sure, Blake was Robin, but
he was supposed to be like a Robin figure.
Okay, well, not a good live action one. We've had good animated movies with Batman and Robin, but not a good live action one.
Yeah, Batman.
I think, awesome. Like I said this, I think in Reeves' movies, it's gonna play out like this. In this movie, like let's say Bruce ends by him succumbing to the darkness, because I think this movie's gonna be like Ego, where like he's having conflictions with the side of himself, Batman, that wants him to kill, that wants him to go extra mile. So that's Bruce that wants to stick to what he learned in that alley with his parents. And maybe he loses this movie. Maybe he mentally loses. Maybe he kills the Riddler. And maybe in this movie we just Dick Grayson and see him having that light back and gets the yellow and black Batman symbol. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe that's how we keep Robin that, because that's
Trey, answer me one question. Trey, answer me one question. Can you really see this version of Batman standing next to a kid in a bright red costume?
Okay,
I could see if they do it right.
You know the actor David Mazouz who played Bruce in Gotham?
He's so good.
Apparently, a couple years ago, he said he wanted to play live-action Damian Wayne.
No.
Oh,
I don't want that.
I don't know.
That'd be kind of funny to make.
Because like he's not.
He's
Because
20 and he's
Damien
tall.
is
never mind.
half Arab, so I don't see him as Damien, but like it would still be cool. Maybe it's him. I don't know.
I mean, no, listen, here's what I want from the cast of Gotham. I want to wait a couple years and have a spin-off of Long Halloween with the cast of Gotham. That's my dream world. And I want to live in it.
Yeah. That would be cool. I just
Because
really
these characters,
see a good
the characters
live
of
action
Gotham are
movie
some of
with
the best.
Robin.
Yeah.
Or maybe them mention Red Hood or Red Robin in live action. Well, we're getting a lot of Titans, but not a movie.
Yeah, which we just saw, like, the Blackfire design for Titans and doesn't look the best. But
Don't bring up Titans.
Okay.
Anyway, moving along.
All right. I forgot we were talking. Oh, yeah, this started as a Blue Beetle discussion, didn't it?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Wait. I want, as a villain, I wanted to see. I don't really know any Blue Beetle villains besides Black Beetle, because Young Justice, that's the shit, man.
Love Young
But
Justice.
I don't know. Yeah, but like I want the actor. I forgot his name, but the actor who played the Rev 9 from Dark Fate and Ghost Rider: Age of the Shield. I want him to be Black Beetle.
Oh, Ghost Rider: Age of the Shield, isn't that? What's his name? Rogue One.
What?
I know.
No,
I think his name is
what's his-
Gabriel.
What's his face?
Gabriel
Rogue One?
Luna, that's his name. I want him to be Black Beetle.
Who?
Gabriel Luna, that's his name. I want
Yeah,
him to be Black Beetle.
Mohammad, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's my dream world. I know it's never gonna happen. So we got our little Blue Beetle movie in this corner. We got a little Static Shock movie in this corner. They each have a sequel, and then they have a team-up movie, Blue Beetle / Static Shock. Tell me that would not be the shit.
I honestly thought you were gonna go with the Booster Gold thing, but okay, that's good too.
I don't want Jaime to team up with Booster Gold, because Jaime and Booster Gold aren't, because they have a relationship.
Yeah, I feel like it's more Ted Cord and Booster Gold.
Yeah, but honestly, to be fair, like we don't know all about this movie, but let's say it's like Rebirth Blue Beetle, where Ted Cord and Jaime team up.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Jaime and Booster Gold have a mentor-student relationship. Ted Cord and Booster Gold have a homosexual relationship, and I want to see that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I know. Listen, I told this to Kyle the other day too, but like Edgar Wright's Booster Gold. Come on.
It'd be so good. It would be so good. Come on.
Quick question. How long are these podcasts normally?
Like an hour.
Long.
The longest we had was like 2 hours and 30 minutes, I believe.
That's because we went on hiatus for a little while and we talked about everything. But then we went on a month hiatus and decided, what, we're not talking about everything we talked about.
We average an hour 15.
Okay.
Like around there.
Mm-hmm.
Just wondering.
All right.
Oh, I don't imagine.
Also,
I imagine we go like more than an hour now because we still have
No, we're an hour 17 right now, I believe.
Yeah, but we're gonna go an extra hour because we got Spider-Man to talk about and WandaVision.
So I gotta leave the meeting soon. So.
You're good.
Like I can stay for like 5 more minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Then let's finish up this Blue Beetle talk then. Or do we have any more Superman news that you want to get to, Sophie?
Superman news?
Yeah.
Again, not that I can think of, but Legends of Tomorrow did announce they're coming back in May. We have yet to hear when Supergirl is coming back. So,
If it's coming back.
For supposedly last season.
Yeah, Flash is coming back on Tuesday. Same day as second episode of Superman and Lois. Black Lightning has been back.
Did you hear that Diggle's gonna possibly be in the new Flash season?
Yeah, I heard Diggle's gonna appear on Flash and Superman and Lois.
I hope he's Green Lantern.
He did just get his own show. Like he deserves it. He's Green Lantern now. He deserves his own show.
Yeah. I don't know if David Ramsey wants his own show though. Would he want his own show?
Plot twist, that wasn't a Green Lantern ring. That was a miniature version of the box from Pulp Fiction.
But it was
Okay.
green.
Shut up,
But
Trey.
it can't be anything else other than the Green Lantern ring. Like, what else could it possibly be in the DC universe?
Oh, it's definitely the Green Lantern ring. They're just holding their cards
Yeah.
close to their chests and not showing us them yet.
The Emerald Eye.
Yeah. I just want to see him in the Green Lantern suit. Like, he better show up the Green Lantern suit and Superman and Lois or the Flash. I don't care which
It
one.
better not be a CGI globbity-gloop. Real suit.
Okay, have y'all seen the really cool, like, edit of him in the Green Lantern suit? Where he looks exactly like Jon Stewart from the animated show. Like, the green eyes as well.
Yeah, from Unlimited, yeah.
I want them to make his costume like that, make him look like that. Edit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean.
No, yeah.
But yeah. So I don't really have any more Superman news that I know of.
Who do you guys... I know we've been talking a lot about directors today, so we'll keep this part brief, but everyone list off one director you'd want to see do Blue Beetle.
I don't know enough about any directors to say something.
I don't know too much about Blue Beetle, and I said Robert Rodriguez, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
And Trey left.
I haven't read, like, really anything with Blue Beetle. I've seen him in Young Justice.
I've read his Rebirth stuff.
Yeah.
I still want this movie to be animated. If it's live action, then yeah, get Cholo Mariduena. But if it's, like, animated, that's a whole different story. But I'm leaning towards animated just because of the style, but I want to see Cholo in the role, so I want it to be live action.
Oh, also, are any of you going to see the Justice Society animated movie?
Maybe.
There's going to be a Justice Society of America animated movie coming out in the next few months.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, Flash goes back in time and does things.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so Barry Allen Flash goes back in time to see Jay Garrick Flash, Hourman, Wonder Woman. Who else? I think Aquaman is also making an appearance. A Wildcat is also going to be there.
That sounds interesting.
I think Steve Trevor is also making an appearance. It's set during World War II.
I might watch that.
Yeah, look up the trailer on YouTube. Anyways, I have to go now, so...
Thank you so much for coming on, Sophie. It was really great having you here.
Thank you. I'll talk later.
We'll get you back first.
Talk
Then
next
it's time
podcast.
breakdown.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. So she
All
left.
right, do you want to talk about how the Spider-Man cast woke up and chose violence against the internet?
Oh,
No,
God.
talk about Daniel RPK.
What?
No, we need to talk about Daniel RPK, the guy who said, "Oh, they're gonna drop the title."
Yeah, that little. He's usually so right, but like him and several other sources says, "Oh, we're gonna get the Spider-Man 3 title drop soon. We're gonna get it soon." 3 hours later, nothing. Then 2 hours after that, we finally get something.
I watched Jimmy goddamn Fallon with the hopes of getting that trailer. I sat through half an hour of the most unfunny jokes you could ever hear. Oh my God, The Bachelor was so funny last night, says Jimmy. And then, or was it Kimmel?
It was Fallon.
It was Fallon.
I don't care about the Jimmys. And this is unfunny crap. And then Tom Holland comes on, and they play a little game, and then they talk about Cherry, and then they start talking about Spider-Man, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna happen. And then guess what happens? Tom just leaves. He just gets up and walks away. And the shearing disappointment. I can't. I
was
watched
on
Jimmy.
Thursday night. Yeah, I think it was.
I mean, yeah, here, no, so I want to talk about that for a second because Tom made a remark like, listen, I don't spoil that much. Then he spoils a major plot point of Cherry and spoils his brother's cameo in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he says he doesn't spoil that much, and then goes on to spoil 2 things on that same interview.
Which apparently Cherry was bad. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah,
apparently
apparently people don't like Cherry.
I'll still watch it because I need a movie to watch. But
You want a movie to watch? I can give you a movie recommendation.
go for it,
2 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Cherry's pretty mid, as people are calling it. 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Bro. No.
Why are
Yeah.
movies so long these days?
Because they
miss
want
the
to tell
days
an
where I could
overall
crank out a
story.
good hour 15.
I mean, I haven't seen
Not
Cherry.
an hour
so-
15, more like an hour and 37. That was the good stuff.
That's a good length for a movie.
So a Taika Waititi movie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, back to Spider-Man. It's called No
Anyway,
Way Home.
Yeah, so you know, Tom Holland likes to joke like, oh, by the way, yeah, Spider-Man title Phone Home. Then forgot the actor for Ned. What's his name?
Jacob
then he's
Batalon.
like Jacob Batalon. And he says, oh no, it's Home Right. And it's like, oh no, it's Home Slice. And it's like,
Okay,
you
I
wanted to break the
unironically
internet
love-
today, didn't you?
I love the titles of Phone Home and Home Slice. Home Wrecker, I'm iffy.
Yeah, don't. Homework just nothing. I don't really see the need for that.
I just like those titles a lot.
Yeah, Phone Home's great. Phone Home's great. I really wanted it to be Phone Home, but Home Slice was just Home Slice. That was the point where I knew it was like, no, this is a bit. Like
Okay, but
they
no-
woke up one day, decided, you know what, we're gonna troll the internet so hard today.
But No
And
Way
I know
Home
what.
is also pretty good.
Yeah, No
Like,
Way
I
Home,
like that a
which
lot.
is the title. I like that title. That is a good title, and
Mhm.
it doesn't really. It tells you about the plot, but at the same time, not telling us about the plot.
Can we talk about some of the thrown away titles on the whiteboard?
Oh yeah, because they put on a board, the rejected titles, and that was hilarious. I guarantee you, they just went through Twitter, saw all the guest titles, just like, okay, we'll just put that on the board
They put Homeworlds on there because that's what everyone thought it was going to be.
because Spider-Verse.
Webcamming, that was one that was on there.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Keep
I just want to
PG,
say,
guys.
I was looking at rehearsal, I was at rehearsal with Trey, and we were looking at this for 5 solid minutes. I swear to God, one of them says homosexual.
No, that says homeschooled. I promise. I checked back on Better Pixel. That says homeschooled, and then cross down says anime won't let us.
I have looked at it every which way. I looked at it up, down, sideways, left, right, up, down, BA, start. I promise you, it looks like it says homosexual.
It says homeschooled. I promise.
But what
you.
if it? But Trey, what if it said homosexual?
That'd be great. But listen, it says homeschooled. I looked
Mohammad?
at it in a better.
Yeah.
Do you want to make your joke?
What joke?
You know the one.
I really don't.
Spider-Man home joke.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man Homestuck.
There it is. Everyone clapped for Mohammad. He made a very funny joke.
Oh, I got another joke for WandaVision. It's gonna be a dark joke.
We're not there yet.
I know.
We'll
but
get there.
I know. I'm. It's gonna give me a lot of trouble though. I'll say that. I don't know.
But yeah. Overall, I really like the title for Spider-Man 3. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I also like the blue. I like the blue in the font because now we've gone from yellow to red to blue. Those are the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Now,
All right.
now hear me
You
out.
want to talk about Wandavision?
Okay, can I start this off? Can I start this segment off?
Go for
If
it.
you don't get our
We'll
channel
see.
banned while you do it.
All right. Let me say this. This episode was fantastic.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
You can't not talk about WandaVision and not talk about spoilers. I'm sorry.
I know,
That's just
but I didn't want him to spoil something. So spoiler warning. Now you can spoil.
I said it was fantastic. But anyways, this is what I wanted from Marvel. They got their hands dirty. They showed mental health. All right. I love it. The way I could compare this episode is like one of those Daredevil episodes where, it doesn't really fit to the story. It's just kind of like a flashback moment. Like season 3, we saw Karen Page's life.
Mhm.
And then in season 1, there was
And
Man,
just like Daredevil, Wanda
Yeah,
lost
but
her vision.
shut up,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Oh my God.
Kyle, just shut up. Come on, man.
I'll admit that was clever, but
But yeah, no, I
Anyway.
mean this was fantastic, and I said this on Twitter, and apparently the tweet blew up. But like the scene with the Avengers compound, like that was fantastic. That is what I wanted to see. This is what I love to see. I want more of that, Marvel.
and now
Now,
he's back. And now he's not worried as Moon Knight as much.
now, I'm still not convinced yet because I don't know what they were smoking when they were doing Thor in Endgame.
Whatever. I mean, whatever Lebowski joke they made.
It was
whatever-
Last Jedi syndrome. Good idea, bad execution.
Like, okay, I'll say this. If Thor was making jokes about himself, fine. But the fact that people were making fun of him, that's a no-no.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah, anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, the big thing that I took away from this episode, besides, the great scenes, the Vision and Malcolm Middle scene, that was great. But you want to talk about tweets blowing up? For some reason, I just tweet the picture of Wanda staring at the Mind Stone. You see her, Tiara and Scarlet Witch, because apparently she's the Scarlet Witch.
Which is
I want to
saying,
get to that. I want to get to that.
Yeah,
first.
I guess they're definitely implying she has the X gene. Apparently, Twitter didn't understand, and then I got 700 likes on one tweet that says, "Are they implying that she has the X gene?"
Which
Yes,
she
they
definitely
are.
does.
Yeah, people are saying, "Oh no, she's just a witch. She's just a witch." I'm like, no, they're
Do you know-
implying that the reason she survived her experience with the Mind Stone is because she has the X gene. That's why Quicksilver survived, because they're enhancing what's inside of people, which is a great way to introduce mutants, and I like that.
And before people bitch and moan about it, two things. A, her power in the comics is specifically probability control. And do you guys remember how she stopped that bomb in Sokovia? A probability hex. And
Oh yeah,
two-
which reminds me. Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
And two, this was a quick one. There's a character in the comics called Magic with a K. She's a mutant, and her mutation is she just knows magic. So it's not a new thing for a mutation to be magic.
For instance, Agatha didn't understand how she could do all these things, but didn't know spells.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I want to say this. I was so confused on the Scarlet Witch part because, I felt like that was fan servicey in a way.
That's not what I took away from it. It's
It was
just
good
a
fan
weird
service.
concept that we're going from, another a thing about, oh, there's a myth about the Scarlet Witch, and apparently she's it. I'm not
Yeah.
always the biggest fan of chosen one concepts in movies, because now Scarlet Wanda's the chosen one now.
Yeah, and then there was a Salem Witch Trial in the opening, sort of.
Oh,
witch
listen,
trial.
I want to talk about scene because every single scene, every single review site I see about it is that scene seems unnecessary. At first, I thought about this too, but now I see why it is necessary. Because do you remember the scene where she's getting shot with the laser beams and they turn purple and she looks kind of surprised? I think it's because Nightmare helped her with that in that moment, because it's not Mephisto anymore because the fly got eaten. We're sorry, Internet.
By Senor Scratchy. And who is Senor Scratchy? What if he's Nightmare?
What?
Nah, he's Dr.
Because
Strange.
it was the bunny. She was talking to the bunny, she was saying this crap about us. Who is that bunny? Who is that? I'm kidding. It's not Mephisto, but what if it was?
No.
I think it's officially confirmed Mephisto is not in the show. I think it's officially Nightmare at this point.
Yeah, and then Trey,
But we
you were
will find
right.
out on Friday.
Yeah, but Trey, you were right on why the sitcoms, because Wanda kind of
Yeah,
she grew
I
up.
said because she would grow up with sitcoms, because that's the only way I could see it. It's the only way it would be, it would fit something well. It's not like she just enjoyed them in the Hydra base. No, it had to be something that she truly cared about. And what did she care about before Vision? Her brother and her family.
Yeah, which reminds me, do you think the reason why they were doing all this, they were watching all these shows, is so they can move out of the country, become U.S. American citizens, so in order to improve their English, English.
Pietro and his dad said they watch sitcoms to learn English. So
Yeah, so then maybe
Which was a pretty clever way to get them to speak English, I will admit.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
maybe could be a way to think they were planning to move out of the country because Sokovia was such a terrible country. They wanted to find a better life. And Kyle, you were right, sort of, I guess, when she created Vision, I guess.
which that's insane.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy that you could just create thing.
Honestly, it makes the eye thing, because you know how like he doesn't have this Vision doesn't have robotic eyes. That kind of explains it. 'Cause it's not Vision; it's Wanda's vision.
Also, Hayward, you lying son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Wanda did not break into anywhere and steal anything. You just rejiggered the footage to make it look like she did. What are you?
You wanted us to doubt her. You want us to make us think she was the villain, dishonoring Vision.
Why?
No, you son of a bitch! You made him White Vision.
What is his motivation for doing that?
He's Ultron.
Legitimately, maybe. Like, people were saying theory a few weeks ago, and I was like, bullcrap. And now I'm kind of like, well, maybe.
Also, guys, I don't want to burst the bubble of the mystery cast member, but why do I now think that White Vision is the cast member Paul Bettany was talking about?
Because it'd be really funny if he's like, oh, who have you always wanted to work with? Myself. But I think my theory for that is a bit more on the nose. I think the mystery cameo is Nightmare, and I think it's on the nose because I want Mark Hamill.
No, I think it's going to be played by Al Pacino because yesterday when I was hear me out. Yesterday when I was working, I was listening to an interview and it had Al Pacino, and in the last 13 minutes of it, he was not only talking about Oscar Isaac, but he was talking about Marvel and how he loves the Marvel movies and he wants to like work with Kevin Feige in these movies.
I do think Pacino should be in a Marvel movie. If he's down for it, we're all down to see him. And if he's going to play Mephisto or Nightmare, that's okay. But honestly,
I would still prefer Mark Hamill for Nightmare.
Shut up, Kyle.
Because he would be such a perfect choice. And he's
I want Hamill to come in here too. I want all these like anyone who said they want to do a Marvel movie, do a Marvel movie.
Okay, the thing is though, a lot of people say this person said they would do Marvel. This person said they would do Marvel. We have proof that Mark Hamill has gone out and auditioned for Marvel. He auditioned to play Vulture, and he was in the Final Four.
No, but you see, that's okay. Al Pacino's Al Pacino, man. He is a living icon, and like
Mark Hamill.
No.
Mark Hamill
Al Pacino made a bigger impact in like cinema than Mark Hamill did. Not gonna lie.
Mark Hamill has made a bigger impact on pop culture in the world at whole.
Al Pacino helped reinvent cinema.
And
he was in The Godfather.
Reinvent entertainment as we know.
He was in The Godfather. He went from Godfather to Dog Day Afternoon to Serpico.
You can list as many weird titles as you want. Okay. Star Wars was the former biggest media empire in the world. That is not.
Listen.
Did it win Best Picture? Did it win Best Picture? No, only Godfather.
Yeah, but they might be better movies. But if we're talking influential, Star Wars is more influential than pretty much anything. You can't.
Listen to both of you. Okay, as someone who's on both sides of this argument, who's on both sides because I love movies and I love Star Wars. I think Kyle is right that Star Wars has a more influence on pop culture, but I think Mohammad is right that Godfather had more influence on cinema as a whole.
Yep.
Fair.
Anyways, I want to say something too about the kiddos.
Guys, they were eaten. Big surprise.
What bothered me was like when Agatha talked about the kids, you heard them screaming because it felt like plot convenience. And we never really knew where the kids were. So then it comes to my question. Were one of the kids hiding in the closet?
Huh?
Because, one of them is gay. So, maybe one of them would be in the closet.
Good one.
Just
so anyway, we're kicking Mohammad from the podcast.
Wink, wink.
I have just one question about that scene where Agatha's holding the kids by, like, ropes. Why don't they just walk backwards?
Exactly.
Wait, why don't they?
Like one of them is super speed. You can just super speed backwards.
You can just super speed.
And if you build up a lot of momentum, you could have easily just like jumped up and punched her.
Yeah.
She's so stupid. This is why we need population control. All right, these kids are just.
I mean, they're not even technically real. Wanda.
Yeah, no.
Which also here's another thing too that's actually kind of weird. So Wanda birthed this Vision, right? And now she both birthed their children.
Well, birth this Vision is a weird way to put it.
She created Vision. Recreated. I don't know.
We know for a fact this show is going
to... No, go ahead. I'm not going to say what
we know for a fact this show is going to end sad. I'm pretty confident that this show is going to end with Wanda's kids disappearing in her arms.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
because like I said, that's because like I said in the last one, that's a bigger, more powerful scene than her children dying off screen and Wanda seeing their dead bodies, or however you two put it.
I still think I don't see a reality where these kids survive past this show, and I want them to. I really like the character of Wiccan and Speed in the comics, but they're not gonna. Like, it's not gonna happen. Granted, next week this could very well come and bite me in the ass. Well, who knows? We'll find out.
But we've been wrong too much about the show. For this season finale is going to turn us on our heads and be like, what the hell?
So I want to ask you guys two things. So is it true that we're gonna have 2 episodes, like 2 more episodes, or?
Nah,
that's just a rumor, and I don't think
it's 50 minutes long. This is the season finale.
All right, and one other thing. What about the aerospace engineer?
I think that's that girl we saw, and I think she's a Skrull.
No,
I think that's why she was such a big reveal.
No, I think she's Talos' daughter, but I don't think that's
Yeah.
going to be. I don't think that's the reveal.
I don't think
Yeah,
we
and
have
plus-
much
Because
of a
if she
reveal.
was, they would have said it. They just because she just seems like some military lady that knew her mom. There's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing that makes me think that she's Talos' daughter. But I don't think she's an aerospace engineer because I see an aerospace engineer as scientist with lab coat, not someone in army camo.
Yeah, not only that, like Tiana Paris, who plays, I think, Monica Rambeau, she kind of hyped it up, So it's like,
Yeah.
Which is why I don't. Because the thing is, it's too late for the aerospace engineer to make an appearance. Frankly, like, how would they fit into the finale? Like, it kind of has to be her at this point.
Also, did you see the actor for Norm's? I don't have TikTok, but I saw this on Twitter. His TikTok of like, "Hey, you're in Wandavision. Do you have any spoilers for the finale?" Did you see that video? Because it was hilarious.
I did not.
oh,
It's on my Twitter. Scroll through my TL and you'll find it. It's hilarious.
TL.
I'll do it after the pod.
He's really just here's it summarizing it. He's like, "Hey, you're in Wandavision. Do you have any spoilers?" He's like, "Do you want to get me fired? I got an ass job, and it looks tremendous." I respect that man. I respect him.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you guys think so far about the show?
I'm loving
It's
it.
a great show. Like people thought the MCU was gonna die after Endgame.
It's gonna have zero. It's gonna have zero rewatch value, but I like it now.
No, it's not. I think it will have rewatch value.
I think, dude, the best part about this show, I think my favorite part about the show, at least, is trying to uncover the mystery. And once
Yeah,
they've
but
done,
sure, it's a mystery show, but like it's like watching what's a good example.
Sherlock.
Not really Sherlock, but like it's like watching a mystery movie, like watching The Prestige. Like you know the twist of I know you two haven't seen The Prestige.
Knives Out. Then they use Knives Out then.
I mean, not I don't like Knives Out. It's a mystery. It's kind of lame. But like Prestige is like I still find enjoyment watching Prestige again because I know the mystery and I like seeing how things play out, and I think that's great rewatch value because like I don't know, and not just the rewatch value, but like this show has shown how great. Because like listen. Before this show, we didn't know as much as we should about Wanda. We didn't know her likes, dislikes, nothing. We know a whole lot about Wanda now, and has made her one of the best characters in the MCU now, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, and one thing that bothers me is that like if we're not gonna really see Wanda's story being concluded because I have to like watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which kind of bothers me because it's just like you're transitioning from a show to a movie. And it's just like, what if I don't want to watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to know what's going to happen with Wanda? Like, why can't you just conclude the story and start a new story,
I mean, what I honestly believe, if this show does end up concluding her as the villain, this will conclude with her as the villain, wrapping up her story of the show, but having her go through, because like she going from the hero to the villain in the show, but going maybe from villain to hero in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I feel like how the show's going to end is that the Westview is going to be destroyed. She's going to get so emotional to the point where she gets angry, and then she's going to like run away, like, go somewhere, I don't know where, and that's how the show's going to end.
Either that or the really funny Twitter meme of the Rey Skywalker, but he's like, Wanda who? Wandavision.
No. We all know that her lightsaber would be orange.
I'm just imagining Agatha Harkness floating. You using chaos magic. That can only mean one thing. You are the Wandavision.
Oh my god.
Wandavision. No, honestly, listen, hot take. I know people like that was Agatha All Along song, but the Wandavision, what Wandavision song? That's better. That's
No,
so much
Agatha
better.
All Along goes too hard.
It was
Nah.
catchy at first, but now it got very annoying because of Marvel TikTok.
Agatha
Nah,
All
listen,
Along.
Now listen, Wandavision, what Wandavision? That's
Okay.
that's a bigger bop.
Okay, quick question. How likely do we think in the next episode White Vision's going to open his mouth and it's going to be James Spader Ultron?
Wait.
That's not gonna happen.
I
Nah.
want it to happen so bad, though.
Or what is his voice
Well,
by
I
Al
think-
Pacino?
Here's no. Here's
Yes.
my thing. It's unlikely. I don't want this to happen because I think Vision needs to die again. But I think there's a slight possibility of this White Vision becoming New Vision and being not really reprogrammed, but having
I
Vision's
think
consciousness.
here's what I think. So they're gonna use that Vision. They're gonna try and enter, Westview using him, and then when Wanda sees him, she's gonna think Vision's back, but then it's actually a killing machine.
The thing is, though, even if this new Vision does take over, how will he have the emotions that the last Vision had? Because the last
He's not,
Vision
and that's why he's not. I feel like he's gonna be more like Jarvis than Vision.
Yeah, that sucked, but yeah.
I don't want this. I want Vision to die for a third time. Wanda needs to lose her mind, and losing her children and Vision again. That will because we saw how big that moment was when she looked at the paper. It says the way we grow old together be. That was heartbreaking, man.
That was heartbreaking. Props to Elizabeth Olsen, by the way. She is such a good actress.
Give her all the
Notice-
Emmys, man. Give her all of them.
But what if the kids do in fact survive outside of Westview, and they're in fact Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and
Granted,
they could
I
follow
still don't see
Doctor.
that happening. I just still don't see that happening considering they kind of tease us with that because Vision can't leave Westview. So I imagine because Vision we don't know Vision was born in Westview, and so were her kids. So I imagine her kids feel the same way. But by
It would
all
be a
means,
plot
if
hole.
they do, by all means, if they do survive, granted, I think they're welcome additions to the MCU. They're great characters in the comics, and so far they seem like interesting characters that could,
They're the
show
best
up in
parts
MCU.
of the Young Avengers in the comics.
Exactly. We have Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. Young Avengers. That's not totally off the cards in the MCU.
America Chavez, who's usually the leader of the group, is in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Young Loki, who is also part of the group, is going to be in Loki. Hulkling is rumored to be in She-Hulk. It's looking likely they're setting this team up. Ironheart, Miss Marvel, both people who have been members before.
Which reminds me, what do you think is going to happen with Monica Rambeau and Evan Peters? Because the last time we saw them was at the end credit scene, or mid credit scene.
They're gonna fight, and it's gonna be cool.
I think Evan Peters captured her and took her somewhere. Pietro. Let's call him Pietro. Like Agatha.
See with that too. I don't thinking the idea that it's just some random Pietro that Agatha just thought of, because that makes him being Evan Peters not matter.
Yeah, and apparently there was a rumor, a theory that was Ralph, Agatha's husband.
Maybe.
So she kind of used him. Talk about an abusive relationship.
Listen, because considering the Nexus commercial, I still think that this is going to turn out to be, truly Fox Quicksilver. Because if the Nexus is able to bring in beings from other universes, and that's what's going to cause the multiverse shenanigans and multiverse.
I actually have a theory about that.
I would prefer that as to Agatha just thought of him out of thin air, because that doesn't make sense as to how we have another universe where this Quicksilver is Quicksilver, but how somehow out of a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that she just thought of this Quicksilver, because I think that's dumb.
One thing that you'll notice when you're looking at this Quicksilver, in every single outfit he wears, even the Halloween costume,
The necklace,
the brown necklace, and I wouldn't be so alarmed by it if it wasn't included in the Halloween costume. Every single time we see this damn character, he's wearing that same necklace. I'm pretty sure Agatha's using that necklace to mind control him.
No, I don't think
Because
so.
Agatha doesn't have the power Wanda has. She can't just on the fly do something without thinking about it. So this is either someone consciously working for her, or she's using something to mind control her. Because like she said, she can't do magic on autopilot. So this is either someone working for her consciously, or she's using something to mind control them. Because she can't just be doing it autopilotly, because we know she can't do that.
I do like that idea because, like, especially if this is, X-Men Quicksilver, which I hope it is, because again, it's not going to make sense if it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna make sense. It's gonna be lame. That's my fear.
What if? Hear me out. He gets the necklace
animated Marvel show, yes.
He gets the Netflix ripped out, and then Sweet Dream starts playing, and we get a slow-mo scene of him taking everyone out of Westview.
Dude, that's an Avengers Assemble moment. Like, I want to see that.
I would.
Yeah, which I mean, if you guys saw the new photo of WandaVision, where it's
with the Incredibles pose.
Yeah, and Vision that's not even Paul Bettany.
What?
If you saw the photo and you look at Vision very closely, that's not Paul Bettany.
Oh, weird.
I think it is. It is.
It does not look like Paul Bettany.
I just think it's he's just standing in a weird way in the weird lighting because he's wearing a lot of makeup. So it's Paul Bettany.
Also, do you guys want me to point out something weird about White Vision?
Yeah.
He has fingernails.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Vision also has fingernails.
Yeah, but that's weird. Why would you give a robot fingernails?
Would you rather see
Joss Whedon almost gave Vision a penis, so you know what? I'm fine with the
Kai, would you rather?
Penis is fine. Fingernails is a step too far.
Would you rather see his feet or his fingernails?
Neither. I don't want to see either.
All right. Fair enough.
Think about this for a second. How much are those fingernails worth? Because like a gram of vibranium is worth like what, 10 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine that. Also, I tweeted about this, and I'm surprised not many people are asking the question. How was Sword able to break Vision apart? He's made out of vibranium. Answer the question.
Maybe it's because the Mind Stone, he just got it ripped out, so probably the body's gone through a lot of physical trauma, so it might be softer. I don't know.
But that's not how vibranium works.
Yeah, it absorbs kinetic energy, so it's weird.
So it's potential energy.
That is 100% a plot hole because I know you didn't think about this. I just thought of, the I can't feel you scene because that also broke my heart a little bit.
It was such a good
I'm fine. I am fine with having great scenes, but, still having plot holes because I'm fine with just ignoring them and thinking of some weird, fake way that this could happen if it means I get a good scene. I'm fine with that. Sacrifice continuity for a good scene. I'm okay with that.
Well, wouldn't they use sonic technology? Because when you look at Black Panther, Claude did use a sonic cannon to really.
Yeah, that's a good point. What if they do have Wakandan technology? Because at the end of Black Panther, they what T'Challa said, he was able to share technology. So what if Sword has the technology to break Vision apart?
Yeah, because they did say Wakanda, half of Wakanda is open. I think.
Yeah, we've cracked the code. We have filled
Mohammad cracked the code. You just went along with it.
Whatever.
No thanks to me. You guys
I brought up the Wakandan sharing technology thing. I was part of the filling.
And I brought up the point.
Whatever.
I'll give you, I don't know, maybe 20%. I'll give myself 80%.
Give me 12.
No. 12. No, I know where this is going, but no. But yeah.
Fine. I don't get to do my Avengers joke. Whatever.
So
I got the.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh wait, well no, I was just saying I got Trey's joke.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So apparently this is pre Far From Home.
Yeah, this takes place 3 weeks after Endgame, and Far From Home is 6 or 8 months.
It's 8 months. Which also, here's another thing too, because I saw a meme of this, but Hawkeye's a bad person for not helping out Wanda.
Yeah, why didn't Hawkeye be hey, I know you're hurting because you've literally lost every single person close to you. Come stay with me.
Did, and I went on a killing spree.
Maybe Wanda didn't open up to Clint to the point where he could sympathize with her.
Well, but I don't understand that because here. Let me talk first. I'm sorry, Kyle. I need to say this. He went through the same thing. He lost his entire family, went on a killing spree. Did he not think the same thing could have happened with Wanda losing the only person she cared? Well,
because the thing was,
the only thing she cared about.
Hawkeye wasn't there in Wakanda, so he probably didn't even realize it. Maybe I don't know.
Like, to be fair, does he not think? Because I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he was filled in at the compound. Like, oh, by the way, Vision died. Or like, oh, by the way, Vision was at Iron Man's funeral. Oh, by the way, when Wanda was like, she knows they both do. The both do means Black Widow and Vision. I think it was heavily implied.
So then, if that were to be the case, then I want to bring back White Vision for a moment. So maybe White Vision is like a killing machine, but then like Wanda uses her power because at this point she's like, she's powerful enough to do anything really. So maybe she can like
She's
bring
God.
back, she can bring back his memory, like his
No,
memory.
she's not God. She's the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Anyways, magic. But yeah, so like she has his memories, puts it in White Vision, and then like, Vision's back.
I don't think having memories.
Because
I think
remember, in Infinity War, Shuri did say they could have like some of his memory back or something like that.
Yes, but here's my issue with that. I'm fine with Wanda like making him magically not a killing machine, but like learning with him. But I don't want him to have Vision memories back because that will take away from the moment in Endgame,
Yeah.
where he dies. I still want to have that feeling with that moment.
Narratively, it would be like lazy storytelling too.
Yeah, narratively, it'd be suicide for that one movie. So
like it would be like bringing back Yondu for like no reason.
It'd be like bringing back Iron Man, which they're talking about for some reason, which is stupid.
Don't
bring him back. Please don't. But like, yes, I'm fine with Wanda doing magic things to reprogram White Vision to where like he's gonna learn from Wanda. I'm okay with that. I will hate it if they give him Vision's memories. That's stupid.
Or maybe they just like go from start. Like she has to restart building that relationship with White Vision.
Or just don't bring back Vision in any capacity after this. I think we should just keep him dead.
Let's be real. Can Paul Bettany's career survive without the MCU?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. He was in a Star Wars.
He was great in A Beautiful Mind. He was good in Solo.
Because I don't think you guys realize, but when you're done with Marvel, your career can be a hit or miss. I mean, look at RDJ, Doolittle, Chris Evans, Knives Out.
I mean, Evans was good in Knives Out. That's
yeah. That's like I said, a hit or miss. And even like when RDJ was gonna like quit being Iron Man after Iron Man 3, he did The Judge, which apparently wasn't a very good movie.
Poor RDJ, poor third highest paying actor of all time. What will he do?
I don't know.
RDJ is a generally good talent, so let's use him well. I hope Sherlock 3 turns out well.
Yeah, he's also a 2-time Academy Award nominee.
Exactly.
He lost to Heath Ledger and Al Pacino. So based.
Yeah, which to be fair, I understand if you lose Sherlock and your role in Tropic Thunder to Heath Ledger and Al Pacino.
I mean, I haven't seen.
That's understandable.
Wait, speaking of Al Pacino, have you seen Serpico?
Serpico, yeah.
What movies have you not seen?
Good.
He hasn't seen National Lampoon's Vacation and Caddyshack.
I've seen Caddyshack.
Oh, you've seen it since?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen American Splendor?
Why do you say it like that?
Because that's what it's called, American Splendor.
You put the stress on the D, Splendor.
Well, sorry for my immigrant accent.
Oh, yeah, yes, I have.
You're just putting the accent in the wrong place.
Well, fuck.
I thought you said American History X with Edward Norton, which I have seen.
You haven't?
I have seen the movie.
Okay, let me see what movies have you not seen. Oh, you haven't seen The Lighthouse yet.
No, I have not seen The Lighthouse, but that is definitely on my list because I have 3 Robert Pattinson movies to watch: The Rover, High Life, and Lighthouse. Those are the 3 Robert Pattinson movies I need to see before the Batman comes out.
I mean, do you have to?
I mean, I would like to because I've seen Robert Pattinson in a lot of good things, and I'm not going to watch Twilight. That's something I'm not going to watch.
Come on.
Listen, I want someone to bring up to me now when someone says, "Oh, Robert Pattinson's not a good actor. He was in Twilight," but now I can just list off all these great performances. Like I've seen Good Time. He was great in Good Time. I've seen The King. He was
Trey. What if we had an definitely ironic Twilight movie night? An ironic one. Definitely not because I actually enjoy Twilight.
Were we gonna do that for the Little Fockers at some point?
We were, but then we weren't.
Listen, if we do a commentary on Twilight, I'll do it.
Yes, doing it now. Putting it up.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie. I am curious to see Twilight. I'm not gonna watch it unless I'm watching it with others because that's not something I care to do. But I'm
it's so
curious
funny.
as to what Twilight is about, because I know literally nothing.
Where could we even watch Twilight?
Pirating websites that we definitely
No,
don't use.
it's on Hulu. I know that. I saw it when I was scrolling through Hulu.
We definitely don't use illegally pirate websites here because we are good, upstanding citizens.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, but yeah, I want to let's talk about WandaVision again. So Spider-Man 3.
You think it's gonna tie in at all?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what Feige said. He said that Multiverse Madness will tie in to WandaVision and to No Way Home. So,
But I
because
mean, the thing is,
here's the thing: Maguire and Garfield are still rumored. I think they will, at this point, they're gonna have a cameo. They're gonna have an end credit scene cameo, and that will lead into Spider-Man 4, which will be full Spider-Verse. Well, it's been confirmed that Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina are in this movie. That's a confirmation.
yeah, and then but the thing is, Spider-Man No Way Home is taking, originally, I think it was gonna be Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness first, then Spider-Man 3. But now it looks like it's gonna be Spider-Man 3, then Doctor Strange 2.
That is true.
So I feel like they probably had to do a little rewrite in 2020, early 2020.
I'm sure it's a small one. I don't expect I don't expect Tom Holland to be in Multiverse of Madness. I don't think.
But because the thing is, Doctor Strange is gonna be in No Way Home. Don't forget.
Yeah, and also to be fair, this whole Multiverse Madness coming out before No Way Home. That was before Sam Raimi was on to direct Multiverse of Madness. So.
Well, which reminds me, I heard that there was a rumor that they purposely, they didn't want Scott Derrickson to come back for Doctor Strange 2, and they wanted to use Sam Raimi so they can use an excuse for the other cast members to come back, like Toby and.
That makes sense.
I don't really believe that, because I do believe creative differences is a thing. We saw with Edgar Wright. So I do believe creative differences was maybe your theory is correct, but maybe that the creative differences also.
I mean, I feel like with creative differences, I feel like that's such a chicken excuse nowadays, because it's you really don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes. Because remember, don't forget Ray Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, no, from the beginning they were pretty clear. Ray Fisher's oh, what happened? Creative difference? No, those guys are assholes.
No, but back in 2017, SDCC 2017, where Ray's oh, I really hope Josh Whedon does a good job and sorts like that. It's praising Whedon.
Oh yeah, there was that. Because that's when he was still employed by them.
Yeah.
But now, stuff's come out and Snyder's getting his cut. Now Ray Fisher can say whatever he wants, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about one more thing, and then if you guys want to talk about something else, we could. But I feel like with Moon Knight, I feel like WandaVision is gonna make an impact on Moon Knight, whether it be big or small. And I feel like, and this may sound like I'm overthinking about it or overfearing it, because you guys know how I feel about mental illness. But I feel like there at some point in one of these movies something happens with the multiverse, and then Mark Spector forms the DID, and then because of multiverse, that's why he's who he is.
I don't think it's gonna be because of anything. DID is something you're born with. I think.
Well, not where you're born. It's kind of you're
It's something that's formed through trauma, or you can be born with.
Exactly. If it's formed, then most of the time it can occur when you're 16.
I don't think it'd be cool for them to be oh, multiverse shenanigans gave him this real life mental illness. I think that'd be pretty uncool.
Yeah, but then you have to remind yourself about Thor in Endgame.
Well, they've fixed themselves now. They've given Wanda
Yeah, and then I appreciate what Marvel did, but I'm still not convinced yet. I feel like Moon Knight could either make it or break for me.
Because here's my thing. I think that Moon Knight, they're making it a separate thing from the whole cinematic universe. I think this is a show because they want to tell a good story.
Yeah.
It's the same with Blade. I don't see Blade having an overarching, maybe it will with vampires or something, but I think they're just telling Blade to tell a good story.
Yeah, and apparently
Blade's gonna be PG-13, and I'm not a big fan of that.
I don't really care about it.
Yeah, but then with Moon Knight,
Kyle, listen, some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. That's all I'm
You
gonna
know
say.
what? It's just the thing is like, an R rating doesn't make a movie good or not.
Yeah, but Blade, I want to see him cutting up vampires in half, like
That's still
Wesley
gonna
Snipes
happen.
used to
Like
do.
you can get pretty gruesome for PG-13.
How?
Yeah, but I want to see. I want to see. It's
Cool.
not that I want to see Marshall Ali drop f-bombs. He's not going to out Wesley Snipes. That's something you shouldn't do.
Yeah,
something you
exactly.
shouldn't try.
That's another thing. Like you can't outdo him. So like, don't try. Just like just do your own thing. Like people are mad it's not rated R because they just want the original Blade. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Listen,
too much.
I'm fine with a new interpretation as long as it's done well. Like, listen, if Deadpool 3 was going to be PG-13, I would hate it.
No, that's different because you can't do
because
Deadpool.
you can't do Deadpool right with PG-13. We saw it. We saw they tried with X-Men. And it didn't happen.
Well, they weren't even trying to do Deadpool there.
Yeah, it was
They-
Rockapole. That's
I
a different character.
honestly believe that the whole plan that was like, oh, this is a smarky remark with like, they sew his mouth shut because now he can't talk. It's kind of, ironic meta joke, but it's a stupid meta joke.
Yeah, I mean, I heard so far, and they did say that there are definitely talks about R-rated projects. Like they know that Deadpool is going to be R-rated, but I feel like with Deadpool, it's going to be its own thing. It won't take place in the MCU. It'll just like take place in that universe season.
No, I wholeheartedly believe this will be in the MCU because I think there's so many Disney jokes and MCU jokes that
No,
you
but
get out
then
of that
that
with
would
Deadpool will make too much sense.
that would be a continuity error because in the first Deadpool movie, there supposedly that was the helicarrier in the third act, but then it's just like why hasn't the Avengers been informed about Deadpool?
Who can break continuity is Deadpool. Like Deadpool is the only character where he can just say, "I'm in a new universe now," and it would work.
Like, he would be aware about it, but
It's
like
not just that, but like let's say for argument's sake that they want to make it make sense. They don't have to. They can just make Deadpool make a couple of wisecracks about it, and it'd be fine. But if they want to make this make sense, just say that the time watch he had converged with the weird quantum stuff in Endgame, and maybe just that caused Deadpool to come over here.
so then when
Maybe
he
that's
started
how
making Batman jokes like in the first movie.
Mhm.
Sure.
I just still think Deadpool is the only character in all of fiction who you can just go, he's in a new universe now, and it just kind of
Deal with it. Yeah.
But then that's just
We're
like
not going to argue with them because there's no way they're not going to address it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but it won't be like compelling enough to like.
If it's funny, then it will be.
True, but I feel like, and I said this before, it could be like, the third movie would be about like his Earth is dying. It would be like Interstellar but comedy. So then they would have to find like a new home, and they find the MCU, and they're like, oh, I guess we're gonna stay here.
Yeah, but that's
No,
a bit too serious for Deadpool.
No, but like in comedic way.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I understand, but I still think that's still a serious topic of an Earth dying. What I still like the like Kyle's pitch for Deadpool 3 of Deadpool trying to convince Hugh Jackman to come to the MCU.
Yeah, like in real life for Hugh Jackman, like come on.
Because Ryan Reynolds said that the original Fox Deadpool 3 was going to have Hugh Jackman, and I see no reason why he can't be in this movie. Maybe not as Wolverine, but Hugh Jackman
trying to do
buddy
the
cop
original,
movie.
but him realizing this is just a normal human man.
Yes.
Yeah, that could work. I'm down with it. I mean, as long as it's good, I really like the Deadpool movies.
I think
Listen, we got Bob's Burgers writers, and we got Ryan Reynolds still being on as a producer. So I don't see why this wouldn't be as much as a Deadpool movie. Because just imagine the Disney jokes too. Just imagine those Disney jokes.
They'll be so funny.
I love it.
I really hope Deadpool makes a joke on how they film Mulan near concentration camps.
That's not funny.
They're not. I think that's going to be too far even for Deadpool.
I mean, I'd be down with it. I'd give that movie 10 out of 10 automatically.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm still holding Disney accountable for it. I don't forget Disney. I don't forget.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then, oh man, jeez, man, I just imagine that sweet, sweet Eternals trailer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Dude, we got a calendar image.
Ooh, but think about that trailer. You know what I mean?
Keep dreaming, buddy. Keep on dreaming.
Hey, you want a trailer too? I
want a
complaining.
trailer more than anything in this goddamn world, but I realize it's never gonna happen.
Honestly,
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh when we get a Shang-Chi trailer before we get an Eternals trailer. I'm
Listen,
gonna laugh.
If things go according to plan, and Black Widow, or I should say Captain America: Winter Soldier 2.0, saves its release date, then we could get the Eternals trailer in April.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Black Widow needs to hold their ground with that May release date.
No, it's not Black Widow. It's Captain America: The Winter Soldier 2.0.
Listen, Falcon Winter Soldier is a TV show, and it's slated to come out March 19th after the 4-hour, Snyder Vision.
Snyder Vision.
Yes.
It's Snyder could go off, I guess. But yeah. Oh, what about that Spider-Man? Remember when Sony said we'd get our first look before the end of last year?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's currently February, and we got the title 3 days ago.
You know what? That's good enough for me.
Yeah. I'm fine with being lied to, but I get it now.
I'm starting for some Moon Knight and Eternals content.
All right.
Dude, leaks and stuff. Also, I thought about, well, I didn't think about this, I saw this on Twitter, but think about the fact that Multiverse of Madness technically wraps filming in April, and we have literally nothing. No photos, no nothing. We've gotten a Bruce Campbell tweet. That's kind of interesting. Besides that, nothing. Because Bruce Campbell's saying a certain director tells me that just tells me he's in the movie.
Yeah, and then he was in London, and then they're shooting in London.
Exactly. So there's no way he's on this movie. I do expect him a big role, maybe, but he's definitely gonna if you told me Sam we all had a new Bruce Campbell be in this movie, either a big role or a cameo, because it's a Sam Raimi Marvel movie and Bruce Campbell. Come on.
But just imagine once Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness comes out, after the release, they get the team behind the Spider-Man 2 video game and just reunite and make a Doctor Strange game with Bruce Campbell as the narrator again.
That'd be pretty cool.
Go for it. I want movie games to come back. Some of those are fun.
Yeah. Don't forget, there's a Reservoir Dogs game.
Never forget.
Godfather, Sopranos. There was something else.
GoldenEye. That's a good game.
N64. That is considered a good game, but yeah. Anything happened in the video game news related world or not?
Video game? No. There was the PS Play thing, but I didn't really see anything interesting come out of that. So
I think it's time to wrap this episode up. You guys ready?
Yep. So
right,
can I do the outro?
Go for it.
All yours.
All right. Thank you guys
You're
for
a
listening.
Godzilla joke. I know you are.
And 2 things. Watch your One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest on HBO Max. Not a promotion or anything, because we're broke boys and I have to work my butt off.
It's the best form.
I could mute you, Kyle, right now if I wanted
Please
to.
Episode.
And Godzilla could beat Kong. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Based.
Because